Hello, today we'll be discussing the construction of a super extension box. The tools needed, we have our pliers, screwdrivers, wire stripper and soldering iron. Materials needed, 13 amps plug, double socket and many more. So we have our fuse, our plug, our 13 amps plug as you can see. We have our double socket. So I'm making use of two double sockets here. So we have two pattresses for our two double sockets. So each socket goes to one pattress. We have a flexible wire, preferably 2 to 3.55 mm for the thickness. So this is very important as our superconductor will be used to carry higher ratings devices like our AC, TVs and many more. So we have our tools, we have our pliers and our screwdrivers. Yeah, our pliers is going to be serving as our wire stripper also. So that is the tools and materials. So the first step we do here is we expose the internal wires from the flexible wire, and that is done. Here in this case, both nuts or screws will be used to create that bond between our two pattresses. So you can see a soldering iron has been used to create holes to make this bond, and for our screws, and the hole in between, and that is for the passage of our cables. Here we have the internal cables from our flexible wire serving as our jumper wires. So we have jumper wires also. Here we strip our wires and expose the conducting parts. These are the internal wires in our flexible wires. So here, what we are trying, you can see the internal cables of our flexible wire represents the live wire, the earth and the neutral. You can see the live, and so here the thicker color always represent the live wire. So in this case, our brown wire represent the live wire, our blue wire represent the neutral, which is the lighter color, and then our ground is always green and yellow. So here we twist our cutout to create a joint between the three internal wires. So that is done, as you can see. So you have a green, yellow, you have our brown, and you have our blue connected together. So here we created two junctions. So the first junction will go into one socket outlet. You can see the first junction, while the second goes into the other one. So now let's connect to our socket outlet. So check, every socket is always labeled. Check for the live, check for the neutral, and check for the ground, and connect accordingly. So in this case we have two earths, but we're going to be using one of it. So let's connect that to one of our double socket outlets. Connect our earth, and that is done. So we have one socket ready. So as you can see, one joint has gone into one of the sockets. Now the second part will be going into the second socket, double socket outlet. So earth, live and neutral, which is you have the corresponding one which will be going to the second one. So here let's fix in our cable, and let's fix in our socket into the back truss for the first part. We have our back truss, so the holes created for our cable passage, and that is done. So you can see the hole created where our internal cable will extend to the second socket, where we have the extension keyword coming from, as you can see. So this three internal cables passes through that hole and goes into the second buttress for the second socket outlet. So ensure you do that neatly and firmly so that it's done. So we screw in our first socket to make it stable. So this goes into the other one. As you can see, we have our extension. So if you want to make a third one, create another hole. So like that, and that's how you get your extension. But here we are just limiting ourselves to just 2 double sockets. So if you want to do the same, just create another cutout and make another connection that extends to another buttress to another socket. So in this case, we're just maintaining our 2. So let's screw in put our knot and let's screw in our 2 buttresses together to create that bond between them. That is done. So let's screw in the first socket. So now we do the same thing, we repeat the same step into our socket, check for the live, for the neutral, and for the ground sign, and connect accordingly. Check for the signs, it's always ascribed there by the manufacturer of any socket you are buying. So let's do that now. Screw in our earth first. Make sure you're always screwing the conducting parts. So that is done. Then we fix in our sockets. As you can see, our superconductor is almost ready. We screw in, and that will cover the second socket, and we have our super extension socket fully screwed with bonded together. So the second end of your flexible wire will be used for the plug, the 13 ounce plug. So we peel, expose the internal wires. Now to ensure you get a very clean bond and clean construction, so you measure. So as you can see, we've done that perfectly. We've measured here. So to ensure that we have just a clean connection, you measure. So you cut out and just make that sign to see exactly. So you do that, create that incision in the 3 internal cables, and you peel off so that you have a neat, correctly connected plug. You can see that is done. Then we make our connection. Same thing, check for the L for the live, check for the N, which represent the neutral, and the ground sign for the ground. Sometimes it can be indicated by colors, but the sign is always ascribed there by the manufacturer. So let's follow that and let's screw in our plug. And that is done. As you can see, done quite a good job, a clean connection. So let's cover our plug and so let's screw in our plug very well, neatly. So you've done a very neat and good job. And our super extension box is ready for use. You can see a very well job has been done. So there you have it. So our super extension is ready. So let's test and see. You can see a super extension box comes on. It's ready for use for your AC, TVs, and charging, and so many So try with other range of socket outlets, experiment and develop yours. And that is the end. Thank you, engineers, and have a great day.